Welcome to this live therapeutic flow practice in which we'll be focusing on just creating some space and length in the back of the legs, in the hamstrings, the calves, the bottoms of the feet. All you'll need for the practice is just a strap, so you can have that and whatever you like to have for practice handy, and we'll go ahead and start. Have your strap handy and then come to lie down, and that's where we'll start. Good, so you can lie your torso back. And here, if it feels good, allow your legs to lie long. You always have the option to keep them bent. And bring a little bit of a side-to-side motion into your pelvis that just lengthens out your lower spine. And then let that rest. Let your legs feel relaxed. Shoulders melting down. Then a few breaths, just drop your attention into your breath. To just notice where it's moving. To be present to its pace. And then bring your attention into the sides of your rib cage and just draw your breath right into the sides of your rib cage. A few breaths. Allow your exhalation to feel long, just a little longer. Good, and then relax your breath. If you don't already have them, bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet to your mat. And then take your knees in towards your chest. And allow your knees to part so that your knees come a little bit wide. So you're in a spacious knees to chest here. And then begin to feel into your pelvis, that bowl of your pelvis, and see if you can draw your breath. Connect with the feeling that you draw your breath down into the pelvis. Let your shoulders be as relaxed as possible. The feet and toes relaxed. Good, then bring your knees back together slowly, and we'll take both knees rotating in one direction. And then reverse your direction. Come back into center, take a full breath. And then release your feet down to the mat. So knees bent, feet on the floor. And now go ahead and grab your strap. Whatever you're using as a strap. And we're going to loop it around the sole of the right foot and then extend the right leg. Allow for there to be a little bit of a bend in your elbows so your shoulders can rest down. And then here, just find a place with this length in the back of the leg where you just start to feel it. So no force this morning. Find that edge where you just start to feel, okay, a stretch is happening. Release your shoulders away from your ears. And use your breath to just be here a moment. To find this soft edge where you just come into a little bit of intensity of sensation. Good. And then keeping your leg extended, Imagine if you were drawing a tiny circle with the bottom of your foot. So using your strap to guide that. So there's just a little bit of movement here. And keep your breath flowing. That's it, exactly. And then reverse your direction. And just as you do this, noticing how the sensation changes as you move through that circle. Good, and then come back into center. Take a breath here. Good, and then release your strap from your foot. You can just let your strap lie across your body, and we'll come into a figure four. So taking the right ankle to the left thigh. Bring some flexion to your right foot. If you'd like, you can stay right here, or you can bring your figure four in towards your abdomen, supporting behind the left thigh, placing the hands through. And then take a little bit of a side-to-side movement, wherever you are, whether your foot is on the floor or you've got your figure four in. Let your breath be fluid. Good, pause in the center. If your legs are in towards your abdomen, go ahead and extend your left leg long. Use your breath, surround this with your breath. Good, and then bend into that knee. Release your figure four, and we'll all meet with both feet planted. And here we're going to take a gentle reclined cat cow. So your hips are going to stay rested on the floor. And as you inhale, just feel like your mid-spine arches a bit, almost like your mid-abdomen is lifting towards the ceiling. And then exhale, feel your mid-back press into the mat. So you'll just feel your pelvis tilting as you breathe. Just bringing some freedom and movement to the hips and pelvis. Good, and now relax that. Now we're going to loop the strap up around the bottom of the left foot. So take your strap. Again, soft bend in your elbows so that your shoulders can relax. And again, just explore the edge here. So as you begin to bring your foot towards your head, just find that place where you start to feel a stretch. And just be there with your breath. Soften your jaw. Soften across your forehead. And then begin those circles. So as if you were just drawing a small circle with the bottom of your foot guided by the strap. And reverse your direction. Good, pause in the center for a moment. Full breath, almost down into your pelvis. Good, and then release that. You can just let your strap lie across your body, figure four. Crossing the left ankle over the right. Flexing your left foot, the top of the left foot flexes back towards the shin. And then stay here or take your figure four in towards your abdomen. With hands threading through and interlaced. And then take a little bit of a side-to-side motion in whatever variation you're in. You'll notice this allows you to come into a little bit of intensity and then soften out. Good, and then resting in the center, If you've got your figure 4 in towards your abdomen, extend your right leg long. Again, moving breath. Good, and then bend into the right knee. Release your figure 4. Both feet planted. Take your strap now just off to the side where you can have it handy later. And then come onto one side in a fetal position. And then we'll lift up through the arms, using the arms, and come into a tabletop position. You can always use something to pad under your knees here in your tabletop. But spread your fingers a little bit wide. Feel the finger pads really press down into the mat. And as you inhale, gaze forward, arching in your spine. Exhale, round and press down through your hands. So take that at your own pace. Getting this full spinal movement. And again, that movement and freedom in the pelvis. Good. And then come into a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under now. And as you inhale, draw your pelvis back towards child's pose, toes tucked under. And then exhale, come back into your tabletop. So take that with your breath. We're just getting a little bit of stretch in the bottoms of the feet. Finding length there. Good. And then one more time, come back into your tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, and we're going to come into downward facing dog. Remember, you always have the option to keep in your child's pose. If you're in your downward facing dog, really press your hands down and forward. Find length through your spine. And then start to pedal out your feet. If you're in a tabletop, maybe just taking cat cow. Finding that length through your spine and through the back of your legs. Good, and then let's all meet in a tabletop position. And one more time, just tuck your toes under. And as you inhale, draw your pelvis back towards child's pose with your toes tucked under. And then exhale back up. So take this at your pace, take it at your own intensity. And if tucking your toes under isn't available to you, you can always just come in and out of a classic child's pose. And then we'll all come back into child's pose. So find the variation that best suits you. Any variation. And just take a moment to connect with your breath. To again place your attention in your pelvis and feel like you draw your breath there. Good, and now from here, we'll transition to lying on our backs. So go ahead and just gently transition at your pace. Good, as you lie back, have your strap handy again. Have it close and handy to where you can access it. And take your knees in towards your chest. Relaxing the shoulders. And we'll take just a little bit of core strength here. So as you inhale, bring your legs into a tabletop position. You can just gently rest your hands on your knees. And then exhale, bring your knees back in towards your chest. And just take that as a flow. Inhaling to tabletop. Exhale back in, your pace. Good, then just draw your knees back in towards your chest and release your feet to the mat. Go ahead and grab your strap again. And we're going to repeat the exercise that we did at the beginning. So go ahead and loop the strap around the bottom of your right foot. Finding a little bend in your elbows. And here, find your edge again. So come into a stretch that just feels like you're touching intensity. Like it's still easy to breathe. And you might even notice that that spot has moved a little bit, that it's shifted through the practice. And you can take those small circular movements, like the bottom of the foot drawing a circle, supported with the strap in your hands. And reverse. Good, let it come back into center. We're going to release the strap, just let it lie across your body. Come into a figure 4 again. Good, allow your arms to rest out away from your sides, and then allow your legs to fall over towards the left. So we'll come into a figure 4 twist. Feel especially your right shoulder heavy. Feeling your body begin to rest and release. And as you inhale, bring your legs back to center, uncross your figure 4. And we'll take the strap now around the bottom of the left foot. Good. And find that edge here where you just start to come into intensity. It feels like it meets that good beginning of a stretch without force. And notice how that might have shifted. There might be a little bit more spaciousness. And then take that small circle. And reverse. Good, and then gently release from the strap. Come into your figure 4. You can take the strap off to the side now. Arms rested out away from your sides. Allow your legs to fall to the right. Come into a twist on the other side. Feeling this anchor of your left shoulder just rest into the mat. Shoulder blades melting. Your neck relaxed. Now with your inhalation, bring your legs back into center. Exhale, uncross your figure 4. And now we're going to come into our final relaxation. So you can allow your legs to rest long. Or keeping the knees bent, whatever feels most restful and easeful in your body. Find that posture and just settle there. Good. Bring a little bit of circular motion into your feet and ankle joints, so just circling both of your feet. And then reverse your direction. Good, let go of that movement. Take a nice full inhalation through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. Do that a few more times. Let it bring a sense of release to your body. Relax your breath. Let your back body just feel like it sinks back into the mat. Enjoy the lightness of your front body. Feel the whole left side of your body together. And then the whole right side of your body. And now your whole body together. Feeling broad, spacious sense of your whole body together. Resting here. And I'll close with a chant, just a simple inward offering of well-being to all beings. Swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shanti bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu. And now gently begin to just draw your attention back into your breath, to let it settle there. And to allow your breath to become gently fuller. Like your breath subtly awakens your body. Bring a little bit of wiggling to your fingers and to your toes. Maybe some movement to your wrists and to your ankles. And then any larger movements that feel good in your body, that support a little bit fuller awakening, energizing. And then come onto one side in a fetal position. And use your arms to support yourself into a seat. Good, feel your seat grounded. Take your hands to your heart and soften your gaze. Take a full breath. And then bow your head in. Namaste.